Hello everyone, welcome to this week's weekly market view for Monday the 16th of Jan to Friday the 20th of Jan 2023. My name is Vishal, let's get started. Alright, so let's start with the Nifty analysis and let's start with the monthly chart. And as you can see on the monthly chart, we are seeing a little bit of a corrective move, especially after this big bearish candle being formed. And now we are more or less coming down to test this monthly level of demand. It will be very interesting to see how the prices react when the prices hit this level. And this was a level that was pointed out in the last week's weekly video as well, and you can see that markets are bouncing. Maybe the market is probably taking a little bit of support at this monthly level and we might start inching up again. That is what SGX Nifty might suggest. We might have a gap up opening in the Monday's session. So let's see how the markets react after they have hit this monthly level. Let's move on to the weekly chart. If you look at the weekly chart, for nearly 3 or 4 weeks, the prices have consolidated within this weekly demand zone. And usually this is a sign of accumulation, and when the markets tend to move up very strongly from this area, then there is going to be some kind of a strong buying coming in. But this is something that we will have to be a little cautious for next week, taking into consideration this candle which is formed, which is an indecision candle. But we have created this indecision candle in demand, and this is a weekly candle, which probably means that the markets want to take a little bit of a breather or a pause and may not go down and might start to move up from here once again towards the higher time frame supply zones. Let's move on to the daily chart. On the daily chart, we had a pretty fair bit of a move from this daily supply zone. Thereafter, markets just decided to consolidate a bit. As you can see over here, markets tested this supply again, consolidated and then moved up strongly and held this level of demand. Now we might again move into this area of consolidation eventually, or ideally we should be able to break this area. We might face a little bit of a supply zone over here, so we might face a little bit of a resistance at this area, this rally based drop, and then of course we have the all-time high candle which is right here. So these two supply zones are going to be very crucial for the market. So let us see in this week whether the market is able to retest this 18,255 odd level, or markets begin to start breaking down. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the coming week. Let's move on to some intraday charts, and on the intraday charts we have some key levels, and I'm just going to go straight to the 5 minutes chart and show you what those levels are. So on the intraday chart, we have this consolidation. More or less, we saw prices bouncing out of this area, and they bounced pretty strongly. Now we do have some key areas of supply to watch out for on Monday. One is this gap up. So there's a very likely possibility that Nifty might gap up into this supply zone, or might eventually come into this area of supply. So this is an area to watch out for intraday. And then if this area breaks, then we might move a little bit more higher towards these areas of supply. Right. So let me just mark this area for you once again. So this is a tested area of supply, but this is the area from where the fall actually started. So markets might try to retest this in case of if there is a little bit of a strong momentum coming into the market. So 18,037 to 18,059 on the 5 minutes chart, and 18,155 to 18,183 supply zone on the 5 minutes. On the demand zone front, we have this area which is this rally base rally. However, we need to be a little cautious about this area because we want the market to ideally take out this supply before the price retraces back here. But it will be interesting to see whether this level is able to hold. And then lower down we have this area as well, which is not a very high quality area, but still has the strength of moving to the upside. So these are the key levels to watch out for on the 5 minutes chart on the Nifty for Monday. Now let's go to the Bank Nifty and let's look at some key levels on the Bank Nifty as well. So if you look at, let's go to the monthly chart first. So if you look at the monthly chart now, we have had two red candles. This is the candle in the making right now. So the month is not yet over. This might turn into a bullish candle or a bearish candle depending upon the close of this candle. But the monthly demand zone is comparatively much further away. So we have hit the monthly demand zone on the Nifty, but we haven't yet hit the monthly demand zone on the Bank Nifty, thus indicating that Bank Nifty is still the stronger of the market. Also on the weekly demand zone, we are seeing a reaction coming out of the weekly demand zone. Markets again have consolidated, and just like how they have behaved on the Nifty, they have pretty much behaved similarly on the Bank Nifty as well, inching or closing the candle more like an indecision candle, or we call it a doji candle to say so, which means markets are a bit uncertain, but we can also say that markets might have taken a pause of going down. They might consolidate or they might start moving up. On the weekly, there is no supply until this point. So let's move on to the daily chart quickly. On the daily chart, we have seen markets taking a little bit of a support of this drop-based rally. Now markets are coming into this area of supply. There are a few key levels of supply to watch out for. So we'll go to the 30 minutes chart straight away. And when we go to the 30-minute chart, these are the key levels to watch out for. So market closed in a smaller time frame supply zone on Friday, but 42,738 to 42,916. This is an area to watch out for. And in case if that level breaks, then we might inch towards 43,195 to 43,304. Now there are much better levels above all these levels, but these are the areas from where we could see a more of a downfall coming in. So these areas need to be keenly watched. Otherwise, your best supply zone is at 43,800, which is a little far away from current market price. So maybe we can just take it level by level to see how these levels react and give us a reaction on Monday. So this is pretty much on the Bank Nifty front. Now let's go to the USDINR and let's check the USDINR quickly to see what has happened on the USDINR. So let's start with the monthly chart on the USDINR. Now we are seeing a bearish candle on the monthly chart. Again, the month is not yet closed, so this candle could close bearish or might even close neutral or even bullish. But this is the monthly demand zone, and there is a possibility that the market might tend to come to test this, which is actually going to be a good news for the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, because generally when the USD/INR corrects to the downside, the Nifty and the Bank Nifty eventually move to the upside. Let's move on to the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we see a strong fall, yet not a very clear supply zone yet. This is still demand, and we might get to see some supply zones created on the intraday chart. So let's move on to the daily chart. So this is going to be an area to watch out for. This is that drop area, more like a pro gap or a professional gap as we call it. And if we just fine tune this area of demand, then we also see another gap level in the making, which will be a little interesting because generally this level has not removed any opposing level. But in case if the momentum is to the downside, then we might see this level getting filled up again before the market goes all the way down over here. So this is the gap area to watch out for in the coming weeks on the USD/INR. But these are going to be more or less the key levels on the USD/INR. 81.55 to 81.81 supply zone, 82.45 to 82.80 is going to be the supply zone about this one, and demand is going to be 79.93 to 79.56. On the 75-minute chart, we have a very interesting level over here, which is this drop-based drop. So let's go ahead and mark this level here. and any kind of a rise in price that is actually coming out of this consolidation might take the prices all the way up to 82.14 to 82.31, and we might see another fall coming in. So this is going to be a 75-minute level on the USDINR. So this week IndusInd Bank is announcing its results on the 18th of Jan 2023. So let's quickly analyze IndusInd Bank with a swing or a positional perspective, and let's identify some key levels on IndusInd Bank that could actually play out this week, right, once the earnings come out. So generally whenever the earnings are coming out, there is volatility, and if we just plug in our volatility gauge tool, let's quickly just see what is the volatility telling us based on the daily chart. So volatility is in the neutral section right now. It is in zone 3, but I'm assuming that as the results come closer, we might move a little bit higher in terms of volatility. On the daily chart, we do have some key levels here. So let me just quickly go ahead and plot them. Let's go to the monthly chart first. Let's try to see what's happening on the monthly chart. So we are coming all the way down and then moving all the way up, but we are coming closer to this monthly level of supply. So let's just entirely plot this rally based drop level. So this is going to be a monthly supply 1390 to 1604. Then let's go to the weekly chart, and within the weekly chart, if we more or less fine tune this 1390 to 1604, so same level. And let's move on to the daily chart, and if you go on to the daily chart, we do see this same area on the daily chart as well. So I'm going to quickly fine tune to the 240-minute chart, and very interesting what I'm seeing here is I'm just going to zoom this level out for you, is this gap level over here, this drop based drop. So in case if there is earnings and let's say that leads to some kind of a positive news on IndusInd Bank, then 1380 to 1421 is a level to watch out for, which is going to be more or less coinciding with that weekly and monthly supply. Right now prices are far away from those levels, but these are important levels to watch out for, because prices, because of good earnings, can lead to getting to these levels. And more or less with respect to the location, this is high on the curve. So if the markets gap up or start inching towards 1380, 1421, then this can be a good shorting opportunity. So in summary, this was the weekly analysis on the Nifty, Bank Nifty, and the USDINR and IndusInd Bank. I hope you enjoyed this short and sweet analysis. If you do like our analysis, please do subscribe to our channel, Sharekhan Education. And if you do like this video, then do mention what you liked about this video in the comment section. Wishing you the very best luck for the coming week, and hoping to see you next week with some more analysis. Till then, take care everybody. Bye-bye.
This should not be treated as a recommendation. Please conduct your own analysis or consult a financial advisor before investing.